Approaching 6:50 here this Friday, our top stories in our Smart Start heading into the weekend. Now, we haven't had snow last week in weeks because of everything that's been piling up day after day and also freezing. Firefighters all over the county are having trouble getting to hydrants during emergency calls. That's why they need your help this morning to clear them out. Aaron Spitzer joins us live from Brighton with more about why this is so important. Aaron.
Yeah, Brennan, so absolutely important here. As you said, this is an example of a hydrant that fire crews do not want to see. There's a ton of ice around it. There's no path. There's no way for them to get that fire hose in there. So all around, not great. And unfortunately, we got more proof of that earlier this week of why these need to be clean. In Gates, there was a house fire on Glenville Drive where a victim was found unconscious, and fire crews there said clearing out a hydrant slowed down their response. We drove around Brighton looking for covered hydrants to see how significant the problem is, and we found quite a few. Because of this, Chief Stephen McAdams says he's been sending out crews to shovel them out. He says when responding to a call, if a hydrant is covered, it can take anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes to clear it out, and that, of course, depends on whether they're dealing with ice or not, and that's valuable time when there's an active fire. They do have water reserves in the truck, so they use that until the hydrant is ready, but we're told it's not very much. He says they've been able to clear out main hydrants, but it's too big of a job for firefighters alone.
There's more hydrants than there are firefighters. We try our best to get some of the main ones cleared off, but we can't clear every single one. And across the county, if people kind of pitch in, we'll make sure we have clear hydrants all across the place. A lot of the hydrants have a marker on them, but depending on the depth of snow, like the hydrant and the marker could be covered. So trying to find that actual location matching what you're seeing to the map can slow the response down.
So the chief says, obviously, we're going to help these guys clear it out because it's important for those first responders. Chief says that if there is no path and you have a hydrant in front of your house or in front of your neighbor's house, make sure to keep a 3-foot perimeter around it so that those first responders can get right into the work they need to do. For now, guys, I'm going to keep doing this. Reporting in Brighton, Aaron Spitzer, News 8.
Aaron, thank you again, showing you what needs to be done. She's seen several this morning. In other headlines today, there's a plea hearing scheduled for one of the men charged in a deadly attack going back to Christmas 2023 here in the city. Guy Musgrave II was previously offered a plea deal for manslaughter that would have been 15 years to 20 years behind bars. He didn't take it at the time. Musgrave and Bruce Wayne Beeman were arrested and initially both charged with murder in the beating of 60-year-old Michael DeCesare at the corner of Bay Street and Portland Avenue. The victim died more than a month later. In December, the other man, Beeman, pled guilty to manslaughter. He got 25 years in prison. We'll see what comes with a decision for Musgrave when he shows up in court at 9:30. 6 correction officers face murder charges after their body-worn cameras show them beating an inmate from Greece, Robert Brooks, to death near Utica at Marcy Correctional Facility. The 43-year-old was handcuffed in the infirmary as the assault happened in December. He died hours later. Nicholas Anzalone, David Kingsley, Anthony Farina, Christopher Walrath, Matthew Gallagher, and one defendant unnamed so far are charged with murder and manslaughter. Others are also charged with manslaughter plus gang assault. The special prosecutor assigned to this investigation says several other people are accused of just standing by and watching instead of intervening the night Brooks was brutally killed.
I think any sentient human being looking at the tapes naturally comes to the conclusion that he must have said something. He must have spit at the officers. He must have resisted in some way. And the fact of the matter is he did absolutely nothing.
Any person with authority who allows abuse and violence to go on for so long also needs to be held accountable. And I pledge, and my family pledges, to not stop until we see change into how our state prisons are operated, and that this no longer has to go on anymore, and no one has to face what me and my family have faced.
Following this, 17 prison workers were suspended pending firings. 1 resigned, and then we got the murder charges announced yesterday. The autopsy did find Brooks' death a homicide due to compression of the neck and multiple blunt impact injuries. To Irondequoit, the role of Town Supervisor Andre Evans will look much different now, as last night the town board voted to restrict some of his duties. This follows several claims of sexual harassment. Last night's meeting started promptly at 7. Almost immediately, Evans called that meeting into executive session. 5 board members left the room. When they came back about an hour later, Evans asked to amend the agenda for the night for a chance to read a prepared statement. The board said no and went ahead to read a censure measure and approved it. According to that resolution, Evans is now expected to go through a training course on sexual harassment and workplace conduct. He's no longer allowed to have contact with employees via personal text, and all future interactions will be monitored. It also means the supervisor will work remotely and is barred from accessing non-public areas of town buildings until further notice. The board now takes on the responsibility of appointing certain employees, as Evans is no longer allowed to post on social media on behalf of the town. All this happening as the county DA's office is running a separate investigation into Evans to look at potential criminal charges. Your sunrise traffic updates here 5 minutes ago until the top of the hour. A view there from another snowy morning. We are just about to move on past this, finally. A view from our Greater Rock Sky. We do have slowdowns over near the airport with crews working to clear an accident 390 southbound near Scottsville Road. Your sunrise traffic updates every half hour as a reminder during CBS Mornings. Please join us tomorrow night as we share more resilient stories of the African American community all throughout Rochester. It's our 30-minute double feature special as part of honoring Black History Month. That is at 7 and 11:30. Finally for us, how about this? Were you watching Saturday, USA-Canada, a heavyweight fight every sense of the word? The Americans won that first game. There were 3 fights in the first 9 seconds. And last night, did you watch again, round 2? It was incredible. The Four Nations face-off trophy on the line. Before puck drop, Wayne Gretzky, Mike Ruzioni, the honorary captains there. It was Canada getting on the board first in the opening period. And then it would be the Americans' turn to bounce back. Austin Matthews would have a wraparound move to Brady Tkachuk to knock this one in to tie it at 1. Second period, the teams would go back and forth, getting a goal each. There'd be no goals in the third, so how about we get some bonus hockey? Playoff overtime rules, 5-on-5, continuous OT. And Connor McDavid scores at 8:18 in the added period to give Canada the win 3-2. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. That replaced their all-star game and knocked out what the NBA had there, so we'll see what that is going forward. Final weekend forecast here.
Yeah, that's right. Going into the last weekend, of course, the 28th, going to be a week from today. Morning flakes around those last 2, about noon or so. Tomorrow, just some clouds. Isn't that nice, right? High of 31, that's going to be nice as well. 32 on Sunday, some flurries here and there, and then here we go. Warm up next week.
Listen, we will take that forecast for the weekend. Yeah. Get out and enjoy it. Have a great one, everybody.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, X, and on our app for news and weather.